As a woman, sometimes we're faced with decisions that not only affect our bodies, but also our hearts. And my decision to donate my eggs to the egg pit changed me forever.
When I finally donated my eggs to the egg pit and watched them drop off that 5,000-foot cliff into the pile of eggs below, I made sure I had the support of my husband, family, and friends.
Well, I remember sitting nervously in the waiting room of my doctor's office, and when he came in, he looked me in the eye and said, I have incredible news for you. You have so many eggs inside of you that if you don't get them out right now, you're gonna explode. And so I said, but I don't wanna explode. And then he said, well, then you're gonna have to donate your eggs to the egg pit.
I remember standing at the edge of the egg pit and shooting eggs out of my body until I was completely empty inside. At that point, all that was left of me was a hollow human-shaped husk of skin, which immediately deflated and fell to the ground. You just never think of how big the physical toll donating your eggs will be until your sack of skin collapses and then gets blown around by the wind until it gets caught on a tree branch hanging over the side of the egg pit.
I honestly thought I could travel to the egg pit at the center of the desert and then just pick my life back up the next day like nothing even happened. What was I thinking, you know?
Honestly, I had never really considered donating my eggs to the egg pit, but one night my sister came over to my house and I could tell something was very wrong. She told me she had been trying for years to donate her eggs to the egg pit, but when she finally did, something horrible had happened. And apparently a lizard had gotten into the egg pit and eaten all the eggs.
If the lizard ate your eggs that day, I want you to know that you're not any less of a woman.
I believe that God has a different path for everyone, and sometimes that means a lizard eating all of your eggs out of the egg pit until it explodes.
It's been years, but even now, I can't help but think about the eggs I donated, and I wonder if they're still sitting in the egg pit or if any of them even became strong enough to escape. Sometimes I wonder if an egg strong enough to grow arms and legs is going to crawl its way out of the egg pit, march to my house, knock on my door, and say the words, "I am strong enough to kill you." And then it'll pick me up and throw me in the egg pit where I'll starve to death because there's not many sandwiches down there in the egg pit. Yeah, I think about that a lot.
I came from the pit, so I'll return to the pit. That's that.
It's been over 10 years since I threw my eggs in the egg pit, and I wouldn't take it back for anything.
The egg pit is my grave. And I'm excited.